When you drop your kids off at school and a friendly teacher says, "Hey, do you want to join our art program?" What's the first thing you think of?
Hey everyone, it's Brad and Jess back with you this week, and we have a very special guest with us. We've talked about him a whole lot actually. And so we thought we'd just bring him in today and chat with him a little bit about the work that he's doing. So this is Daniel Ramos. He is the program manager for the Colorado GSA Network and our youth organizer, and my favorite person on our team. So we're thrilled to have him with us. And I'm actually quite thrilled to have Brad with us too. I wasn't sure that he was going to make it into the office today because he's so devastatingly old now. What birthday did you just celebrate?
30, wonderful. Is it my bald head that gets it away?
Yes. So, Brad, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Glad that you're here, and glad that you're here, Daniel.
Absolutely. Happy birthday.
So, Daniel, what have you been doing the last few months? We haven't seen you around the office that much.
Yeah, so I've been traveling quite a bit. I've been talking about the Colorado GSA Network we just launched in the last couple of months. I've been traveling northern Colorado all the way out to Grand Junction, Durango, spent some time in Colorado Springs and Pueblo, and also in the mountains around Aspen and Buena Vista. Been talking about the resources that we developed to support gay-straight alliances in Colorado, making their schools safer, how to start a new GSA, and develop effective programming in your GSA to be an active and effective group.
So he basically is developing new programming for your kids. This guy is traveling all around Colorado, all the different cities, all the different counties, all the different districts. He's developing some programming for your kids. I don't even want to let this play much longer because it kind of burns up a little part of my insides. But these three people are part of the GSA, that's the Gay Straight Alliance, and they are working with schools to get kids to become trannies. Oh, by the way, this video was filmed in 2011. They've been working on this for decades. So I clicked over to their website, and one of the articles they have is the LGBTQ food access. Listen, lots of people are hungry, but the LGBTQ food access is way more important. When gay people are hungry, it's a crime. Speaking of crimes, another article they had was hate crimes. How to recognize if you're a victim of a hate crime, or how to report it, or if you feel sad, it might be a hate crime. Newsflash, all crimes, hate crimes, okay? When you get mugged, you didn't do it out of kindness and compassion. You got mugged. It's a hate crime. It doesn't... If you're gay, you get a different punishment for mugging a gay person. So if you mug a straight person, no big deal. It's a two-tiered level of justice. That always ends well. So what's next for the GSA? What's next on their plans for world domination of your children? Let's check in with a woman who's sharing literally a heartbreaking story about what happened to her daughter in school.
Little girl, and one day her trusted art and homeroom teacher invited her to stay after school for art club. So she texted us and we gave our permission. Of course you can stay for art club. When she arrived in the classroom that day, she very quickly learned that it was actually GSA Art Club, or Gender and Sexuality Awareness.
Okay, so over the course of the last decade, GSA switched from Gay Straight Alliance to Gender Sexual Awareness. Okay, that's a huge step, and this little girl found out all about it.
And her trusted teacher had invited in an outside presenter to speak with the children. This presenter started with her number one rule: what you hear in here stays in here.
Yep, they are doing everything they can to turn your kids into trannies or sexual deviants, and you're not allowed to find out about it. It's not Vegas, it's a classroom. It's not what happens here stays here, but that's her number one rule, according to this woman.
She then brought out flags to describe different umbrella terms or defining words, as she called them, and how people feel under each of the flags. She explained to my daughter that if she is not 100% comfortable in her female body, then she's transgender.
I'm not sure if any of you have ever been a young girl or have known a young girl, but you think every girl is comfortable, and let's just be ridiculous, every boy too, is comfortable with their body when they're growing up? Are you out of your mind? This is preying. This is predator behavior on young people who are uncomfortable with their bodies. When you grow up, you've got 1,000 issues that are running through your head every day. Of course you're not comfortable with your body. You grow into it and you gain confidence as you get older. But these pedo groomers are going into the kids at the weakest part of their lives, where they're least secure about how they are, and they're trying to turn them trans. Public schools, yay!
She then gave out flags, stickers, bracelets, and what she called the obligatory toys that kids love to collect everywhere I go. She then told the kids that parents aren't safe and that it's okay to lie to them about where they are in order to attend this meeting and also future programming that she holds throughout the community, both online and in person. Some of the programming is actually includes adults. So she's got 12-year-olds in these meetings secretly with adults. She told the kids,
it's more of that grooming stuff. 12-year-olds secretly with adults. Now, here's where they teach them about their bodies and sexual activities and masturbation. I wouldn't be shocked if these people show them how to do it. They certainly talk about it. I've seen the textbooks.
Kids that she brought out the genderbread activity. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but
I have.
The genderbread person activity, which explains that gender and sexuality are on a spectrum and that neither can ever be binary. It explicitly asks the kids who they're sexually attracted to.
You're asking 12-year-olds who they are sexually attracted to. I'm fairly sure that's a crime to talk about sex with children. You're not even allowed to let a young children into an R-rated movie where they show boobs. And you're going to talk about sexual attraction to get... No, these people are groomers. They might as well all work at Disney at this point.
There was 11, 12, and 13-year-olds in the room when this happened. She doubled down that parents aren't safe, that heterosexuality and monogamy are not normal.
Okay, this goes on for another 14 minutes or so. This is what they're teaching kids in school now. This is the Colorado GSA program. It's in almost every school. And it's not just Colorado. It's not California. We've seen some of this in Florida. It's everywhere. If you want your kids to be perverted and have a... I don't know what word I can use. They're groomers. If you want a pedophile to come into a classroom and teach your kids that they're not comfortable in their body and they're probably trans and they're bisexual and don't tell your parents, this is what you're going to get in public school. You know, parents are allowed to come in and audit classes. You go in, you say, hey, I want to sit in the class one day. I want to see what's going on. You can do that. Do it. It's fun. Go see what they're doing. Go see what your kids are up to. It's your right. You're allowed. If you leave your kids in these grooming palaces long enough, you're going to wake up one day. Little Johnny's going to be Janie. Susan's going to be Sam. They're going to be asexual unicorn pony dragons. They're going to hate you. You'll never have grandchildren. And everything you know what a family used to be will be gone. It doesn't take that long. They have your kids for 8 to 10 hours a day. And once they sow that seed, you're never going to get them back. This is going to ruin an entire generation. Might ruin more than that. Okay, I need you to do 3 things for me. 1, pull your kids out of public school. Yesterday, would be preferable, but immediately would also be acceptable. Number 2, take responsibility for your family tree. Your great-grandparents and your great-great-grandparents didn't go through all crap just to have the family tree die on your watch. Have some kids. Have them have grandkids. Let your family tree blossom. And number 3, subscribe. Then go away. I'll see you tomorrow.